shoes off of Billy today. They've been on for 4 weeks, and one of the shoes has stayed on really well. It was the right foot that was fitted to her hoof more precisely. In the live video, we applied her left shoe with the clear tabs, and that shoe wasn't cut as precisely to fit her foot, so we have some debris that's stuck in between her hoof and the tabs, which has started to peel it away, and then the weld has started to fail on the outside as well. Some of this is likely contributed to the fit. Other factors, this horse has been in a ton of mud out in pasture over the last month, and I think that mud packing into the shoe over time has separated the weld from the shoe. We'll do a video of me removing that shoe first. It should be pretty simple because it's already starting to come apart. So let me get her set up to do that. I'm only going to use a hoof knife today to peel those away. What should make removal easier is separating the weld from the shoe first and then working on peeling the tabs away. We'll do this on the shoe that's better connected as well, and just show how that process works on a shoe that isn't already starting to come apart. So I'm going to use the hoof knife to clean out the debris that's packed in there. I think that this shoe will be pretty quick and easy to... Oh, left-handed. Yeah, that's better. So the super glue is really easy to pull apart. Even though it's strongly attached to the hoof, it starts to peel up pretty easily once you get it started. This horse does not like the sound of drills or electric tools, so I can't use the powered tool that Garrett uses in his removal video. If your horse is the same, then a hoof knife should work well for you. You can probably use an X-Acto knife as well. You'll obviously want to be careful doing that. But the hoof knife has a little hook that allows you to work your way in there. I'll try an X-Acto knife here. There we go. Yeah, so sharp tools are definitely beneficial. So now I've separated the shoe from the tabs, and I didn't have to use that much force. Of course, this tab was already starting to peel, so it didn't have any complaints about being removed. Let's see if I can use left-handed one. But I can just sneak my knife under here and start to peel up. And you see that the hoof wall isn't experiencing any damage or issues there, and that super glue comes off pretty willingly. We'll move around to the other side. This side, if you recall from the live video, she has several millimeters of extra shoe hanging off her foot on this side, so there's debris stuck in there. Figure out which tool I need. There's definitely mud that got caught and pushed up in between the tab space here. I'll be able to use that to my advantage because that gives me a little space. Grab the X-Acto knife here since this already has some space to it. Just give me some leverage. You can see that debris got packed in here where that extra space was, so it's important to make sure that your shoe is sized properly so that this doesn't happen. Because this shoe definitely is starting to peel a lot earlier than the other foot. I know. Oh, well, that makes that process a little easier. So because she had that extra space, she was able to step on it with her other foot and just pull the connection off. She's pretty pleased with herself. Obviously, this won't be possible with a shoe that's fitted properly, but we were able to break the weld a little bit here to remove the shoe completely from the hoof. I'll go ahead and do the other foot. This is an example of what your shoe should look like when you're ready to remove it. There's some connection at the heels that's not fully connected anymore, but every other tab has a strong connection. So I had a little bit of space there to work with. So I'm just starting from the top and just peeling it away from the hoof wall. This one did leave some of the rubber behind on the hoof wall. That'll be pretty easy to just rasp off and clean up. I'm having to put more effort in here because these tabs are still really well connected. Right now I'm kind of cutting through the rubber a little bit, so we'll need to rasp some of it off. The nice thing about a hoof knife compared to an X-Acto knife is, of course, there's more flexibility in a hoof knife. So if you're working on the angling up along the hoof wall, it's easier to go along and bend against the hoof wall. I'm finding that the tabs without the rubber came away much cleaner, and the rubber's kind of staying behind. Which isn't a huge deal. It's easy to rasp off and clean up after you get the shoe removed. There we go. Got those tabs all loose. Again, a sharp tool will help make this process a little bit faster, but we're still able to work our way down. We have been successful in resetting the shoes even with the same tabs. So if you have a good weld connection, this method compared to the other foot is a better option for you so that you can still reuse these tabs and clean them up a little bit. There we go. Because then what you have left over is your shoe as you applied it, with the weld connection still really strong. You can just clean the tabs up a little bit, clean the shoe up, shape the foot up, and reset it. Now we've got both shoes removed and ready to either reset or give her a break.